Welcome back, everybody, to Aqua Goddess Tarot. And today we have a really fun twin flame pick a card. So let's go ahead and get started. So I want you to take a moment, look at what's going on here, and just decide which one of these stones, black obsidian, selenite, rose quartz, is calling for you or calling to you. And this will really identify who your twin flame is. Yes, child. Yes, child. Like, we trying to find out who it is. Is it the person you're with? Is it someone else who's coming into your life? And then we'll talk a little bit about twin flame some more. So go ahead and please subscribe, because it makes your girl feel very loved. And let's go ahead and get started. So if you chose this stone in this deck, this is the Black Obsidian Goddess deck. And so this is for a badass bitch, for real, for real. This is for someone who's really going to jump in here, and let's see. So I'm already getting a lot of grounding here. Also getting a lot of just very strong goddess energy. So let's jump in and see who is your twin flame. Oh yeah, go ahead and subscribe to your girl so she knows she's loved. So just jumping into this deck right here, setting the intention. Who is your twin flame? With the Black Obsidian, it's coming off to me like you're looking for someone who is grounded. You're looking for something more of like certainty, safety, prosperity, all of that kind of stuff. So let's see what that is. Someone who's just got their shit together. You feel me? Who doesn't like a person who has their ish together? So let's see. Go ahead and do that. Okay. Okay. So jump on in. First card is blossoming. So the energy that we're getting here is that your twin flame right now is blossoming. They're coming into whoever they are or whomever they are, because right now they are transforming into the person that you need them to be. And so that's going to take some time. That's going to take some patience, but you got a choice to make. Like, do you want to find somebody when when there's work to be done and you got to do the work, or do you want to find somebody who's already kind of together? And the Black Obsidian is kind of sending me the message that you don't want to do the work for nobody else. You want to find somebody who's already together. And this person right now is working on compassion, specifically internal compassion. They're working these things out within themselves. So that could also be something, and it's kind of an indication here that maybe like they struggle with this. So I'm going to go ahead and say that your sign might be an earth sign, because a lot of water is usually a little bit more compassionate. It doesn't mean that water signs don't struggle with it, but they might have a lot of earth in their chart as well. And then inner goddess, so we have Aphrodites. We have a lot of just inner working, just inner calmness. And just remember that, like, with this, it doesn't necessarily say the person has to be feminine. The person is kind of jumping into these things. So they might be having a spiritual awakening at this moment, and this is going to bring them quite a bit of grounding in their life, quite a bit of grounding in your life. So be on the lookout for someone who is very like spiritually balanced, somebody who is very spiritually awakened, and they're blossoming. That's probably where this whole blossoming thing is coming from. And then leap of faith. Again, this is going right here with compassion. Compassion being able to be understanding of yourself. And this leap of faith, just knowing that, like, okay, you know what? I'm going to trust it. And so the leap of faith can be in their like spiritual journey, but I think it's actually in the journey of love. So it's like they're trying to jump to you. They have a lot of heavy energy. They have a lot of grounding energy, and it's taking a lot out of them to be okay to just trust the process, because it's like they're much more like methodical. They're much more of like, okay, if I do A, it'll get me to B, which will get me to C. And this concept is saying like, hey, do A and believe it will jump you to X. And they're like, nah. Infinite supply. Yep. It's still reinforcing this same concept right here of knowing that like it's not. So what they're doing right now, what I'm kind of getting a gauge for, is that they're going through this period of being a more compassionate person for you. If you met your twin flame right now, they may not be 100% who you want them to be. And some people are okay with working through that, and other people feel like it kind of like poisons how they feel about that person. And so don't even worry that like, oh my gosh, like I need this person to be super perfect. No, if you want to do the work with them and you want this person right now, then you can have that person right now. But just know that this is what they're working on. And a lot of times when people are trying to be more compassionate, people are trying to have a leap of faith, people are trying to understand some of these more like energetic principles, it comes with a bit of resistance. So be okay with that resistance as well. Endings and beginning. Yep, they're letting go of their old way of going about things. So this could also indicate a relationship, like they're letting go of a long relationship and they finally have like exerted the boundaries that they need to be able to be available and there for you. But just know that like it was Kali, you know, high priestess, just the person who has loving energy, but also kind of like savage war kind of energy as well. And so just that energy in general is saying like, okay, they're finally done with whomever, whatever situation they had prior going on. And bold, so they're working on internally. So this is going hand in hand with their blossoming. Internally, they're working on being very bold in who they are becoming, you know, because it's such a new thing for them. They like the concepts, it's working out, but they don't necessarily know how to show it yet. And when they're able to successfully do this internally, and this flips over to, you know, right side up, then they're really going to be attracting to you. So I actually want to go in, we'll look at these other cards, but we're going to find out who it is in your life. So we know some of these rhythms of who they are. Yep, rhythms and circles. So they're cycles and rhythms. So they're learning this new stuff in their life. And purification. Yep, going through a purification process. So a very big spiritual journey. But who exactly is this? Who is this person in your life? Let me see who this person is. Let me see. Who is this person in your life? It says bodies of water. Spend time near water such as a lake, river, the ocean to recharge your battery. I'm getting nature. I'm getting like a lot of nature. So I think this person is really, really interested in nature, really interested in environmentalism. It could also be a person who, like, think of whomever's the first person that comes to mind, who really likes retreats. They really like to recharge. The waters could also mean that there could be a little bit more water in their actual birth chart too. Or kind of like what we're just talking about, which is this person encompassing all of these things. Let's get a little bit more insight, because we want to know, is this a neighbor of the street? Is this the person you're already with? Okay, universe, is this the person that they are already with? Boundaries. I don't know. I don't know if this is the person that you are already with. I will say that it is a person that you will do very well when it comes to boundaries. So if it's already a person who's in your life, it means the relationship only gets better if you have more boundaries. If it is a person who is not in your life, I think that they might be a little bit farther away. I think that they might be, okay, I'm seeing what it is. They're, I was like, huh? They're somewhere else. I think they're in another country, to be honest with you. They're across a large body of water. So they're not here right now. So this person might be international. So if you know somebody you already know in your life and they are on a trip or something, it can even be like, you know, a large lake, someone who lives on the other side of the lake. But I'm really seeing that this person, your twin flame, is actually in another country. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so they're in another country. Who are they? They're far away and they're working on this. So actually, no, I'm gonna do you one better, sis and bro and family in general. Let's see what the timeline is, because if someone's really, really far, how long is it gonna take? Universe, where? When are they going to meet? Y'all, I be trying. When are they going to meet? I'm already getting a sense of delayed meeting, focused intention. So they're trying to come over to, I want to say that they're trying to come to you, but they have a delay. So they're trying to come to wherever you are in general. Their soul is calling out to you. But the bigger reason is going to be something else. Like there's something, school or travel or whatever have you, but there's a delay. So when I was asking about timing, it's like there's a delay in being able to do this. And obviously the most obvious reason would be quarantine and things like traveling and stuff like that. But it also represents an internal delay. Like this person needs to get get themselves together to be able to be ready for you so that it's actually nice and worth it. Universe, is there anything else that you want us to know about this twin flame? Let us know, child, because they want to be here with you, but there are some delays. Let's see. Past life, you've had a previous life with them before. So y'all incarnated together. So this twin flame is a part of so when lives incarnate, they incarnate in groups. And so this is a soulmate. This is definitely a soulmate that you're going to be connected with. And just remember, they incarnate in groups. So it can be like you have one person or like a group of people. You might notice these people in your family, but this twin flame is deep, deep, deep with your past life. So the indication I'm getting here is once they come into your life, they're actually going to feel, it's going to be so easy and so effortless because you share that past life. So it's going to be very familiar. But the good thing about it is that you all from a soul level have had enough time apart. I mean, literally like apart as in different bodies of water somewhere else, that once you all meet, they'll finally be who you need them to be. They're going to be who you need them to be in this life, of which they could not be in the past life. So this reading indicates that like this is someone from a past life. They're coming into your life. They are your twin flame, and they're finally going to be the person you need them to be. And it's going to be a little bit of a delay. So I would say in the next 1 to 3 years, you're going to definitely come into contact with this person. Very fast moving, they will become a part of your everyday life. But if it's a little bit more slower moving, it's just you're at least going to come into contact with them. And let me see, is this going to be romantic? Because sometimes twin flames are more like platonic, sometimes they're more familial. Is this going to be a romantic twin flame? I'm already getting a little bit of passion. So I want to say yes, but you all could be passionate about something together. So is this going to be a romantic twin flame? The arts. I'm saying so many times because this could be someone that like, do y'all know who, okay, y'all know who Drake is, and y'all know who 40 is. 40 is his longtime producer. And I actually say this all the time. When a person has already a life commitment with somebody, it's hard for them to have like, the traditional kind of like life path of like, oh, I'm going to find someone to marry X, Y, and Z and da 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 da. So 40 and Drake, I always say, are the ones who are really in the relationship because they have such a strong bond. They are there for each other. They've grown together. It's just everything is 100% platonic, except the romancing. And there could even be some romance of just sharing this experience, but probably just not the sexual part. So this twin flame I'm getting for you is someone who you all are going to do something together. And it's coming off to me like a business partner, someone who is going to cultivate the arts with you. Now, don't get me wrong. There people plenty of times fall in love with somebody who is, someone that they're working with. So that's possibly it. But this person is going to be a long-term business partner. This is not going to be a romantic love. This is going to be a long-term business partner that is about depth, that is about vulnerability, that is about all of these things, and you're taking romance out of it. Because what I'm getting is in a past life, y'all tried the romantic part and it only complicated things. So in this life, you all are like, no, we're going to work together, and we're just not going to put any romance into it, and y'all are going to be much better focused, much better boundaries. So to this, I will say to you that this twin flame is coming to you. They are coming to you. They're finding their way to you, and just be able to be receptive and receive them. Sometimes there's going to be some things that come up that might irritate you a little bit because it's reminding you of a past life, but give them a little leeway. Understand that like it's going to take them some time. They're still blossoming, but because you all have created those great boundaries of this is not a romantic thing, this is a life thing. I'm getting like literally best friend, best partner. Someone to share your life with. It's going to be fulfilling. A lot of times people get so caught up in wanting their twin flame to be this romantic person when it doesn't even have to be like that. Like there is someone here who is great for you when it comes to romance and comes to love. And then there's another person here who can help with some other stuff, and they complement each other instead of trying to find everything in one person. There's so many people out there, and we all get different things from different people. So this person, and this is really going to show an indication of whatever your passion is, because I said passion. I was like, I'm already getting a feeling of something that has to do with passion. So you all working together towards something passionate. Yep. They're going to bring your passion to full light, and you all are going to work together in bringing that, Drake and 40 passion to full light. And you literally could change the world with this. So, keep an eye out, keep it open, and just let it, as the baby says, let it be butter. Him and Megan Thee Stallion, let it be butter every time y'all work together. So I hope you enjoyed this. This grounding person is coming your way. So if you enjoyed Aqua Goddess Tarot, please give me a like, leave a comment, let me know like what came up for you, and subscribe to your girl, because she feels extra loved when you do that. I appreciate you. Okay. Love you. Bye. So if you chose this deck and chose this stone, you chose rose quartz, and you chose sacred geometry. So this is going to be really interesting, because already I'm getting from this is there's going to be some soul work involved in this when it comes to your twin flame. So hello, subscribe please. I appreciate you. Okay, love you. So who is your twin flame? That's what we're looking at today. Who is your twin flame? Who is your twin flame? Universe, energy, collective. As we are tapping in, who is your twin flame? I'm getting water here, so I'm getting like water in their birth chart. I'm getting someone very sweet, someone very loving. It could also be a familial kind of thing, like a grandparent or something like that. Coherence. It says the frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of our heart with the frequency of our mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. Yep, a lot of loving. This person is super duper loving. So I want you to start thinking about who are the people in your life that are very, very loving towards you. And remember, twin flames, people kind of get so caught up with the twin flame having to be like romance, like who's my man, my girl going to be, and it's actually less about that. It's like there are plenty of people who serve multiple purposes in your life. Like someone could be great at romance and being that life partner, and someone else could be better at actually serving in different ways, could definitely be a twin flame to you in that kind of way. And this person already is loving. They're not a hard person at all. They are super easy to be around. People love them. It's not going to be difficult at all. Romantic love. Actually, okay. So this is saying that they are going to be a romantic love. Now, from these cards, it's two ways. It can be in a past life they were a romantic love and you all are harmonizing in love, or it shows a delay. You all have not found each other yet. This romance has not found each other yet. And if you're with somebody, they're probably not the person, but there are rare situations in which they are the person. It's just their soul needs to evolve a little bit more to be 100% ready for you. But your twin flame is going to be a romantic love that hasn't happened yet. Divine masculine. I'm getting a lot of this like masculine energy going on, a transformation. Okay, so it's a man. So this person is a man. or embodies a lot of those principles of divine masculinity, which has everything to do with protection, has everything to do with providing. Heart, yep, heart chakra. So I'm getting a lot of cards upside down. So what this is already coming off to me is that there's a delay. Like I can read this for you, but there's a delay. So I'm thinking in the next 3 to 5 years is when you'll actually meet this person. You know, best case scenario, they'll be involved in your life every day. But really in the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to at least meet this person, because the reading itself is saying like it's a person who is kind of has a lot of masculine properties. Remember, I did a celebrity reading for Aaliyah, and she had a lot of divine masculine energy in her. And it's not because she wasn't feminine or things like that. It's just she was a protector and a provider. So this person is also like that. So if it's female, you know, or whatever we want to talk on the gender spectrum, this person just in general, beyond the actual gender of the person, is more, they're protecting, providing, very loving, romantic, very heart-centered, cohesive, not cohesive, coherence, and being able to understand that love and connect to that love. Crown chakra. So they're working with their higher self right now. Like they really are working with their higher self, because they're trying to be all of this for you. And they got 3 to 5 years, and 3 to 5 years is not a long time, but it actually is a long time. We live in such a generation where things move so fast. Like, can you imagine? Like, we don't even really wait for things. Like, if something is not loading and it's buffering, what do? You reload it again. Okay, if it don't, you give up and you go somewhere else. So this is an indication to me that like they're working on their higher self and really elevating their knowledge. Universal love, yep. So they're elevating their knowledge, working on their higher self, working on this universal knowledge in order to be the person that you need them to be. And you want them to do this. Like, you don't want them to be in your life now. You don't. Let them understand these concepts first, which they're already strong in when it comes to love. And when they come back to you, it'd be even better communication. Yep. They're going to be a very, very strong communicator. So if you've ever been in, so this twin flame is 100% a romantic relationship. If you've ever been in a relationship before that really lacks communication, this will not be one. They are going to be on top of it. It's just great. I was like, they're going to be like white on rice or brown on brown rice. So now I'm going to ask, where is this person? Because I'm actually getting a extremely strong sense of delay. Like there's a lot of delay, like a lot of like administrative delay on why y'all are not there together. Just like a lot of like housekeeping that needs to happen. Tantric journey. Okay, so there's going through a deep, fulfilling journey when it comes to how to connect with someone on a soul romantic level, of that intimate level. Because people who are really loving, you know, sometimes like people rarely see a loving person, and so when they see it, they can take it as something else. So I'm getting and gathering that this person often has their love mistaken for something else to other people. Usually people are thinking that it is something that it's not. And what I mean by that is like just one person is nice to them, so they assume that like they like them in a romantic way. So they're trying to differentiate between, okay, well, how do I show somebody that, you know, I love, because they have a lot of universal love with them, and how do I actually show somebody that I'm interested in them in a much more romantic way? Authority. So coming up with more authority, having more boundaries here, like it's, to me, this is the differentiator between what's going on here. They're establishing more boundaries with people, and that's going to be very healing for them. And alchemy. What this is saying to me is that they 100%, once they go through this whole little healing thing, like literally just they're doing housekeeping right now. Once they go through this healing journey, they're going to manifest you. Like, you're here, you already know you want to be with them, but like they're going to manifest you in their life. They just need to go and do this work. And you know before them, like, you know that y'all are supposed to be together right now. but they don't know yet. So you're kind of ahead of the curve. That's why I said there's going to be a lot of like delays, like 3 to 5 years. So be patient, but don't overthink it, like, oh, woe is me. Like during this time, just do you, boo. Go out there, live your best life, your blessed life, and just enjoy life the way that it is. And as it is, don't worry about it. They're going to come to you, but just know that it's in the work. It's a very, very lovely person who's coming your way. Empowerment. Yep. That's reinforcing what I'm talking about. Work during this time on just empowering yourself. Don't even worry about nothing else. So who is this person? Like, are they, we already know it's a romantic love. Give us, universe, give us some descriptions. Give us some descriptions of this person in the physical so that they can keep an eye out for them when they pop up, so a girl is never, confused. Gaia all his life. So this could be, basically they're saying this person could be anyone. Like keep your eyes open. This person could literally be any person. Like, so be open with someone, honestly, of a different culture than you. Be open with somebody of a different race than you, of a different way of understanding and being, because already we see a lot of changes happening in the US, a lot of opening up and mainstream finally understanding about like racial injustice and systemic injustice and things like that. So in the next 3 to 5 years, there's going to be definitely a healing that happens, so that when you are with somebody who is different than you, it'll be much more accepted than what it is today. It'll be an expectation that like people who are different, when they come together and have a life together, that needs to be respected, that people should not have prejudice against it. So basically, that's what I'm getting. Like the universe is kind of working some things out before you all will meet and be together, and that's what you want. Like you do not want to go too quickly into this, because if you go too quickly into this, you're going to be like stained by like all of the stuff that's happening now, as opposed to just allowing it to be when you finally get there. So this loving person, this person has so much love to give, and like you definitely are going to love them down. Just if you can be patient and empower yourself during this time, you're going to get them. If you're not, you're kind of just causing more and more like a distance between y'all. But yeah, be patient. 3 to 5 years, they coming, boo. Don't even worry about it. They are on their way and into your life. So I hope you enjoyed that. And so if you like this read, go ahead and just do what you need to do here, which is subscribe and come back. And so if you chose this deck, you chose the Selenite deck, and so already I'm getting this energy of something new. So Zendaya is out there, if you want to try something new, then this is exactly for you. So your twin, who is your twin flame? It's gonna be somebody new. It's gonna be somebody you do not know. Already get that. I'm not even thinking that you know this person from a past life. This is something new in general. Just know them now. Like this is the first time you're meeting in this soul. So having that twin flame energy. So who is this person? 10 of Wands, upside down. So this is already kind of laying the path for this person. Has done a lot of work in the past. They've taken a lot of action when it comes to relationships, and they're ready for something new. They're ready for an easier way to go about a relationship, which is honestly the same thing you're looking for as well too. So you all will be a wonderful accompaniment to each other. You all are going to give good, loving energy to each other, but let's get a little bit more perspective on exactly who. You feel me? So Ace of Swords, kind of always the person to have to be the one who comes up with doing things in relationships. So in their past relationships, they were always the person who would be like, okay, babe, come on, let's go do this, or let's go do that. And they got really tired with that. Like they want a strong mental partner. They want someone who also comes up with ideas too. So that's something that they're kind of like fed up with in this life. The Six of Pentacles, someone who's kind of always had to be like the balancer of things and also the giver. So it's kind of like balancing out the energies, as well as like always having to be the person who is like giving, 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 you know? And so having to do that, and so they're good at doing it, but they're like, you know what? Like, I just don't want to be like feeling like the sense I'm getting is I don't want to be like I'm feeling like I have to always have to balance somebody's emotions, you know, to make them, in order for them to feel safe. I don't want to be the one trying to guess, you know, and feeling like I have to save the day for this person all the time. The Fool. And so, you know, they've gone into many journeys before, just like, you know what, fuck it. Like really, that is the energy that they had, and a lot of the things that they've done, like, you know what. So your twin flame is definitely going through like a transformation. That's why you all have not met before, because they're going on a totally different path than you, and this is the lifetime that you all were finally supposed to meet. So maybe you all knew each other on a soul level and said like, hey, you know, we're gonna meet in this lifetime, but they are determined to not make these same mistakes over and over again. Two of Pentacles, the same with that balancing energy. The Chariot, Five of Wands, and the Two of Cups. So they worked very, very hard in the past in order to make their past relationships work. Like, they have been the person to come up with the ideas. With the Chariot right there, they have been the person to kind of like be like, okay, come on, we're gonna get this together. They fought many a times. They fought other people off. So there might have been situations in which there was fidelity, infidelity issues, and they're just at a different space right now. Knight of Swords. So they're ready for a new way of doing things. They are no longer trying to kind of live their life in the same way that they did before. They're and it's not even like new idea. It's like this is a reinvigorated purpose, and they're like, boo, I'm not playing no more games. So let's universe, tell us what is their connection. When will they meet? When will these twin flames meet? King of Swords. Let me get some more clarity with that. When will they meet? Six of Wands. So they'll meet. The first thing that came to me is there is kind of like meeting abroad, meeting during something fun. Like, and I know this sounds really random, but I'm just gonna say what came to me, which was like, you ever heard of adult sleepaway camps or something like that? Like, y'all are going to meet in a very like fun situation in which both of you all are out of your comfort zones. Yup. And so you all both have a tendency to overgive when it comes to making other people feel safe. And so you two should definitely be very, very careful coming into this relationship that you don't do that. So honestly, we need to see if this is a romantic relationship. Is this a romantic relationship? Is this like familial? Is this a friendship? What's this? Universe, let us know. Going on a journey, and it's looking behind us. So I'm getting a understanding that this is a balancing out of something. So I kind of feel like it's a romantic relationship. Let's put a little bit more into this. Okay. One more time. Universe, give us some more clarity with this one. The Emperor. So what I'm getting here is that it's like this is going to be a person of authority. They definitely, so already like the read that I was getting was someone who's kind of stuck on the way of doing things in the past, but this is a person of influence. So this person is going to, either you or them, more likely them, is going to be someone, I want to say, who has a bit of authority, someone who's kind of famous. The Eight of Cups, somebody who had to walk away from kind of like their past ways of doing things. So yeah, It sounds like your twin flame is like a celebrity or someone that you would feel like is of prominence, and that's where the two worlds collide, where it's like it's new because like you're not one. The Nine of Swords. So it's like, don't overthink it, boo. Like, do not be up in the middle of the night thinking that you were not good enough for this person. And so that's this. It's a very strong love reading, very strong two worlds. Like I said in the beginning, it's two different people from two different worlds coming together. And just remember, like, it can be super fun and super exciting when you first start, but it can also be very scary because, you know, here it is, you might feel like you're not able to compete. The Hanged Man. So, but you all are going to be able to navigate anything that comes up, like whatever that comes up. This is going to be your significant other. This is your wife, your husband, your whatever you want to call it. Like, this is your significant other, and y'all are going to be a fantastic partnership because you all will have difficulties, but you are going to be really, really, really good at navigating anything that comes up, even though you're going to be scared. So don't be afraid of conflict if it comes up here. Oh, yelling to get out. Oh, okay. Well, the deck card came out, which is you are a badass being, full of love, life, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path, your best self. So may you find a path to your best self. So that was a little bit of wisdom from the deck creators who were like, hey, you know, because I think you're going to feel kind of a bit of a mental anguish when it comes to this. And I don't want you to get caught up because this is something new, and it's easy to go back to old ways of doing things because they're familiar. Page of Cups, a new way of feeling. So they're going to give you definitely a new way of feeling. Okay, so let's just go over the big picture of what this is. Y'all are going to be from two different worlds, literally from two different worlds. And I don't even think it's just like, oh, you're from this culture, I'm from that culture. I think it's going to be a status and a class thing. But together, you all are meant to be, like, you all are a destiny together. And so just know that it's going to be difficult, but your two souls, it's the first time you're coming together and you have a lot of work to do. And because you have so much work to do, the physical is going to make it feel exhausting at times, but like really, like this is going to elevate both of y'all on a soul level, being with each other and being in love with each other. And at the end, let me get some clarity. At the end, I believe it's going to be okay. Yep, the Queen of Pentacles, nurturing. Y'all are going to have a very loving relationship. Like, give it 10, 15, 20 years. And this, honestly, this person could be someone you meet tomorrow. It really could be. Yeah, like, you're going to have a very, very loving and lasting relationship that's going to take time to build. And it's one of those things that if you ignore what's happening, okay, and you just focus on things, like you ignore the insecurities, you ignore the anxiety, you ignore all of that stuff, you're going to go exactly where you need to go. Like, this is a relationship that's going to take a lot of work, but it's going to be so worth it. And it's going to elevate every aspect of you, like financially, your gifts, like just your confidence. So go through the challenge. Like, your relationship is blessed. Like, it really is. Like, there's nothing that you all can't conquer, but it just is being courageous enough to go through it and actually conquer it together. So I hope you enjoyed this read. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Yes, 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 yes. And leave in the comment section if anything came up. So until next time, bye.